Hi there, I'm Teacher Oakley. Welcome to Verbling. Sorry for a little bit of a late start today, a small technical glitch. In any case, today in this class, we are going to learn some vocabulary to discuss history. Not only will we be learning actual vocabulary words, but we'll be constructing sentences and talking about collocations, words that we use when we talk about history, and collocations of phrases, chunking of phrases that we commonly use. We'll be doing this through a mix of exercises and discussion. So I'll be having you guys do some exercises, and as we go along, we'll be talking about these things. So you don't have to know any history to join the class, okay? In fact, you may learn a little history in addition to English. In any case, the idea is we'll be learning about how to discuss history. Pretty much all of your life up to this moment is history. So this may be valuable for you to know. In any case, where is everyone today? Well, in any case, once we get started, there we go. All right, great. I'll do a screen share. Hello, Heidi.
Hello.
Hello, how are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, good. Welcome to the class. Let me also welcome Cesar. Hello, Cesar.
Hello, teacher.
Hi. How are you?
Fine, I'm fine. I'm good. And you?
Great. I'm doing okay. Oh, okay. Let's get started with this lesson here. I'm gonna.
Is your computer slow now?
Is my computer slow? I'm not sure what's slow. If it's my computer, my browser, the website, the server, or my own personal brain. I'm not quite sure. Something's slow. Something slow.
My computer is very slow as well now today.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Solar flare. That's anytime I have problems like overall with the system and I don't know what it is, I like to blame it on nature. It must be a solar flare. Anyway, that's my excuse. Let me say hello to Johnny. Hi, Johnny. Hey, well, Johnny.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Johnny. Nice to see you again.
Yes, nice to see you again. Yes.
Yeah. I haven't seen you in a little while. Anyway.
I was like doing something else. Then I didn't attend to the verbling class. So this time I come back.
I didn't attend verbling classes. Not attend to. You attend to something. Yeah, I attend to my garden, for example. Every other day, I attend to my garden. But that's like pay attention to a specific thing. I didn't attend a class. I didn't attend a meeting.
I didn't attend meeting. Okay, thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay. We're going to talk some history here. So I've done a bunch of history-oriented classes this week. I don't know what my deal is, really, but anyway, I'm going to continue by teaching this lesson. Hello, Alejandro. Welcome to the class.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you again. All right, now we're going to get started. Heidi, we're going to do a fill-in-the-blank exercise using these words. Please read the sentence and
In the
fill in the
future,
blank.
in
Yeah.
the future, historians may well think that man landing on the moon was the most important of the 20th century event.
Yeah, event. Absolutely. Okay, events are happenings which people remember. All right. Pretty straightforward. Cesar, number 2.
Our ancestors invent writing nearly 10, 10, 10, 10, I forgot.
10,000.
10,000.
Okay, 10,000 years ago.
All right. Thought he's going to say our ancestors invented writing nearly 10 years ago. It's amazing. Talking about history, it's amazing to me how I have so many young students who think the telephone was invented like 20 years ago. Oh, wow. Come on now. Okay. Ancestors. Ancestors. Who are your ancestors, Cesar?
Excuse me, teacher?
Who are your ancestors?
My ancestors, I don't know, my grandparents.
Wow, there you go. Your ancestors start from your parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents and your parents of your great-grandparents and your great-great-grandparents and your great-great-great-great-grandparents. All of those people are your ancestors. Anybody. Now, of course, we don't normally talk about our parents as our ancestors. We generally think of ancestors as further back in time, but they are technically, dictionary definition, your parents are your ancestors. Okay. Johnny, number 3.
Yes. Ancient humans lived in caves and hunted animals for food.
Okay. Lived in caves, but be careful. Make sure you're pronouncing that caves. The S.
Caves.
But yeah,
Caves.
you got it. All right. Ancient. How old does it have to be before it's ancient, Johnny?
How old?
Yeah.
80 years ago. More than 80 years old.
You're making that up. There is no clear
Okay.
definition. Not that I know of anyway. It's a general term, and there's no clear demarcation. There's no line specifically that means ancient. But frankly, generally, ancient is considered like before the year 0.
Before the year.
Yeah, and now I'm making that up, but because it's not defined at all. But that's the way I think about it. That's my personal line in the sand. Okay, if it's before the Roman Empire, it must be ancient. I wouldn't even say ancient Romans. That's not really ancient for me. But maybe it is for you, Johnny. So there's no clear demarcation, but 80 years ago is not ancient.
Yeah.
However, I must say, I could say in normal conversation, you should meet my grandmother. She's ancient. We sometimes describe other human beings as being ancient, which clearly nobody is 2,000 years old. However, it is also in English used that way.
Just a question: is if you say somebody ancient, is that an insult? For the
Good question. Well, yeah, I guess it would be. You would not normally use this in front of them. Hello, Grandma. You're looking ancient.
Yeah, I think this is not ancient. I think primitive.
Primitive.
Because
Oh, in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah. you're absolutely correct, Heidi. I wasn't thinking about that. Ancient could be used here, but the better answer, thank you, Heidi. The better answer here, Johnny, is primitive. Primitive humans live in caves and hunted animals for food. Well, there we go. Primitive is another relative term. What is considered primitive? How ancient does your society or culture have to be before it's considered primitive? Also relative, with no clear demarcation. Does it mean you... In general, I would say it means before writing, if I had to define it. Okay, let's move on. Alejandro, number 4.
Many Asian civilizations, for example, the Mayan and Roman, were very advanced and in many ways surprisingly modern.
Okay, surprisingly. Surprisingly, yeah, the stress is on rise. Surprisingly modern. Yes. Okay. Well, there we go. There's ancient. Okay, they include Roman. All right. So there you go. Very arbitrary. What is considered ancient? See, I wouldn't call Romans ancient because it's a little known fact that that Romans invented Twitter. I'm totally messing with you guys. Hello, Vienna.
Hello. You hear
Hello.
me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hi, Vienna.
Oh.
Where are you? Vienna, where are you from?
I'm from Honduras.
I'm sorry. You're from where? Vienna? Honduras. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Slow.
Yeah. Okay.
Slow.
Little choppy with your connection. Vienna.
Hi.
Hi. Could you read sentence number 5?
Okay.
Vienna. Could you read sentence number 5?
Okay. Wait. Okay. Okay. Wait.
Are you okay there? Vienna? You need a little time?
Yeah, number 5, the Romans built a huge
Okay, built a huge...
okay. Wait. The Romans built a huge empire, which stretches from Britain to parts of Asia. Stretched. What is stretched?
Britain, that's what we now call England. Okay? And Vienna, be careful of pronunciation. Asia.
Okay.
Asia.
Asia.
There you go, long A. Okay, a huge empire, a kingdom that is massive, an empire. And Vienna, could I ask you, you have it's choppy and there's background noise. Could you please mute your microphone when you're not talking?
Okay.
Thank you very much. Vienna?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and mute your microphone, please.
I'm trying.
Try. Okay. It's in the upper part of your screen. There's a microphone icon with a little slash through it.
Okay, wait. What is?
Okay, I'm going to mute you for now, but you can unmute yourself up above where I mentioned. Okay. Okay. Hello,
Hello.
and I was what happened? Oh, there we go. Thanks. Thank you, Vienna. I was told by a friend of mine that I should actually address you a little differently. Means mother of. Is that correct?
Yes.
So should I address you as Hara or Hana, or I'm sorry, your daughter's name?
Okay. You can call me just
Just that's okay with you? Okay.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure. I did not want to be disrespectful.
Okay.
Okay. Well then, fine. Can you read number 6, please?
Okay. The tools found on this set blank from around 25,000 BC.
Okay. First of all, they blank they blank from around 250,000 BC. That's not 25,000. That is 250,000.
Okay.
Okay. They what from 250,000 BC?
Okay. Maybe ancient.
Ancient? No.
I want to say okay, the tools found on the site. Okay.
Okay. This is a common phrasing to talk about how old something is, especially if it's really old. I'll give it to you. They date from 250,000 BC.
Okay.
They date from 250,000 BC. This is a common way to talk about particularly old things. If it's 100 years old, this wagon wheel is 100 years old. I'm not going to say this wagon wheel dates from 1895. That sounds a little weird. But if it's 500,000 years old, this dates from the year 840. That's more normal. But the whole phrasing is very common. Dates from around, particularly if it's very old, like dinosaur bones or something.
Okay.
All right. Thanks. Okay. Another note here, prehistoric refers to the time before anything was written down, prehistory. It's pretty basic there. Before history. History is when people started to write things, or at least that's what it's considered. Written history. Of course, there's also oral history, which means the history that people's grandparents tell the children tell their children, and so on. Ancient is usually used in expressions, that's true. Ancient Greece, ancient Egypt, ancient Sumeria, like that. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to switch over to basic vocabulary 2. Some more basic words. We're going to read a paragraph filling in the blanks with these words. Hello, Max.
Good morning, Oakley. Hello,
Good
everyone.
morning. If you're ready, Max, could you please read from history?
History is the study of the main events. People are periods of the past. Okay. Experts who wish to know about our very earliest records, I'm not sure.
No.
Archaeologists.
No. 2 more tries.
Yeah, experts who wish to know about our very earliest origins.
There you go. Our origins, where we come from. It originates in Africa. It comes from Africa. So origins is the noun. Okay, I'm sorry, Max, continue.
Okay, need to really rely on evidence such as buildings and artifacts uncovered by archaeologists.
Yeah, you might as well finish it.
Sorry, as we have no written records from the earliest times.
Okay, records, of course, are written, or, well, now they can be an audio file, but in the past, of course, the records would have to be written. Written records, common collocation. All right, archaeologists. Max, who's your favorite archaeologist?
Actually, I don't know anyone.
Oh, come on. Mine is. Go ahead.
Maybe my teacher.
Your teacher. Well,
yeah, I have one teacher. He goes to with children and they dig.
Okay, he
finds some.
He goes with children. He takes children onto digs. When an archaeologist, he digs in the dirt and finds artifacts, really, really old stuff, things, nouns, objects, artifacts, things you can actually touch, artifacts. An archaeologist goes and digs up artifacts. He goes on a dig, we commonly say. So your friend, the archaeologist, takes children onto digs. On a dig. We're on a dig. This is a little bit unusual phrasing, but the archaeologist is on a dig in South Dakota, for example. My favorite archaeologist is, of course, Indiana Jones. That guy and the way he wore a hat, I'll tell you. Okay. Cesar, back to you.
Yes. Okay. Those who study later documents often have access to written records, but to give a balanced and accurate account of a historical event, historians also look at literature, art, and if they are lucky, study eyewitness sources of the events.
Okay, let's back up, Cesar. Those who study later, it can't be documents because then it says have access to written records, which would be documents.
Yeah.
So that it wouldn't make sense to say those who study later written records often have access to written records. Well, duh. Written records and documents mean the same thing, basically. So those who study later periods, all right? We talk about periods of time.
Periods of time.
Right. So a period of time went by before he ever returned to his hometown. How long is a period of time? I don't know. Again, a vague expression of time. It generally just means a long period of time. But when we say a later period of time, okay, it means the duration of time that occurred later. Later than this first paragraph is the idea. Cesar, little pronunciation.
Yeah.
Balanced. Balanced.
Balanced.
Yes.
Okay.
Verbs that end with a voiceless sound have a T pronunciation. Balanced. Washed. All right. Watched. Okay, and next one, accurate. Accurate. Accurate.
Accurate.
Accurate. Say a U in there, like you.
Accurate.
There we go. That's what I'm
Okay.
talking.
Accurate.
That's very accurate, Cesar. Good job. And this word is, frankly, this word here, literature. Sometimes native speakers mess this up, quite honestly. Literature. Literature. You may hear
Literature.
literature. Literature. Sorry. Literature. Should be 4 syllables.
Okay,
Literature.
literature.
Okay. And very good. There's your U sound again. You did it again, Cesar. Nice job. Okay, and if they're lucky, they study eyewitness accounts.
What is eyewitness?
Eyewitness. All right. Okay, Cesar. Imagine that Alejandro, you're walking down the street on an ordinary day, and Alejandro jumps behind you and hits you over the head with a baseball bat and then runs away. But I am walking down the other side of the street, and I see it. That makes me an eyewitness. I saw it with my own eyes. I'm an eyewitness. The police would probably make me go to the police station because I had an eyewitness account of the assault on you.
Okay.
All right? So an eyewitness account is somebody who actually saw whatever it is. They actually saw it happen. So, for example, okay, I'm using the group chat to. I'm going to use the group chat to type messages. A second-hand account means I didn't see it, but my cousin did, and he told me about it. He heard it third hand. Okay, my cousin's friend saw it and told my cousin and then told me. I heard it third hand. Okay? Eyewitness first. After that, we say second-hand account, a third hand. He saw it, he witnessed it. He knows about it third hand. He heard about it third hand. To witness something is to see it. So if you didn't witness it, you didn't see it. Okay. Thank you, Cesar. That was chock full of educational information.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you. Johnny, can you take over?
Yes. So this may be found in private letters or any options for me? Any other documents or maybe sources? Sources.
No, documents. Well, it says letters, so he's talking about written things, so I think documents. Okay. Sources would fit here, grammatically and logically. So
Yeah.
you're not entirely wrong there. Okay, just go ahead and finish it up, Johnny, please.
Okay. So good historical research depends on the use of a wide range of original sources.
There you go. See. Oh, maybe it's the other way. Original documents.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh yeah, maybe the other way. You're right. I'm wrong. Okay. Actually, those two could be. It could be either way.
Okay.
Grammatically and contextually, it makes sense either way. Okay. Let's learn some history. Okay. Hang on here. We're going to attempt to learn a little bit of history. Okay. We're going to talk about historical events. Talking about historical events, this is absolutely true. You need lots of verbs which describe changes because changes are history. So we're going to try to look at that by choosing the correct ending, a little mix and match exercise. Mix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with A, B, C, D, E. All right, let's give this a shot. Okay, starting with Alejandro. Number 1.
Television was invented in 1926.
No, Alejandro, television was caused by potato famine.
Oops. Sorry.
I'm joking. No, you're absolutely correct. Of course you're correct. Television was invented in 1926 by... Do you know who invented the television? And this is interesting, okay? Television was invented. This is a passive construction. Something happened to the subject. Television was invented. If I want to tell you, I'm not telling you who actually did the action, who invented. If I want to, I will add a phrase by Albert Einstein, by my grandfather, whoever did the action. We don't care who invented television. Let's continue. Number 2, Vienna.
Many parts of Africa were colonized in the 18th century.
Okay. First of all, pronunciation, colonized.
Colonized.
Colonized. Well, I was looking at this and I realized that this was also an appropriate and correct answer. Yeah, you're right, but I believe, well, maybe this is correct. Yeah, I guess this is correct. Oh, yeah, okay, good job. There's nothing else that would fit.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Colonized. So when one country basically takes over another, pretty much, there's no other way to say it, they colonize that country. They send a lot of their citizens to that country. They colonize it. Okay, good job. Thanks, Vienna. Number 3, Cesar, back to you.
Number 3. Britain was reunited after the collapse of communism.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Okay.
Now, reunited means brought back together again. So, no, Britain wasn't brought back together again.
I see.
Britain, a long time ago, was actually taken over or colonized, as a matter of fact. Britain itself was colonized, taken over and colonized. By who? Do you know? Little history question, Cesar. Britain used to belong to
Yeah?
another country or another empire, actually. Do you know who?
I don't. No, I don't know.
Okay. Britain was. Does anybody else know? Let's throw it out to the group. Anybody in class? Britain was what?
Britain was invaded by the Romans 2,000 years ago.
I think you're right. I'm pretty sure you're right, Alejandro. That's right. That's right. At one time, Britain was pretty much colonized by the Roman Empire. Absolutely. It was invaded or attacked. To invade is to attack in a very aggressive manner. Okay, number 4, Johnny, please.
Electricity was discovered by Michael Faraday.
Faraday. And like, yeah, well, like most historical proclamations that somebody invented something or another, they're usually not so reliable. Michael Faraday, Johnny, do you know what a Faraday cage is?
No, Faraday cages. Oh, it sounds like an electricity cage.
Yeah, exactly. If you stand inside a cage like a bird cage that's completely made of metal, you can electrocute the heck out of the outside of the cage, and the electricity won't polarize or go around the metal. And you can, even though the outside is being electrocuted, you can sit in the inside and be perfectly safe. That's right. Have you ever seen one, like in a museum or in a science museum?
I have seen it in the movie, but I haven't seen it in the reality.
Boston Museum of Science. You can actually see somebody get in one and get zapped. Wham! Huge giant bolts of electricity zapping through the air. Your hair stands straight up. It's really cool. It's awesome. Anyway.
That sounds cool.
It is. It's fun.
And what's the word? You say zap. Can you write down the verb?
Yeah, sure. Zap. That's a onomatopoeia. It's a word that sounds like what the word is. Zap. The sound when electricity hits. All right. If you hear a short or you hear an electrical burst, it sounds like zap. Zap. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, back to history. Alejandro, number 5.
Okay. John Kennedy was assassinated in 1963.
Good. Okay, very good. Verbs that end with a T or a D, we actually pronounce the past tense as id. Assassinated. Assassinated.
Assassinated.
1963. So that's weird. That came up in another class yesterday. Okay. What does that mean? He was assassinated. Alejandro?
Sorry, teacher?
What does that mean? He was assassinated. What does that mean?
Uh,
What happened to him?
mm, uh, uh, John Kennedy?
Yeah.
Okay. He was the president of the United States, and
What happened to him? What does that mean? He was assassinated.
okay, assassinated, and
So assassinated, does that mean he was treated to a lovely dinner? Does that mean so what happened to him? Maybe I'm confusing you. Maybe you're overthinking it, or maybe I'm confusing you. He was killed. That's it. He was
Osborne.
he was murdered. He was killed. A planned killing. He was assassinated.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Who did it? Does anybody here in this room know? Who killed John Kennedy? It was the third man on the grassy knoll. No, you don't know. Nobody knows. It's still a mystery. Okay, Vienna, number 6.
Slavery was abolished in the United States in 1865.
Great, and you're absolutely correct. Vienna, pronunciation slay. A sound. Slavery, not slavery. Slavery.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Slavery.
And what does that mean? It was abolished.
Abolish is I know, but it's discard.
Discarded. Okay, that's good.
Discarded.
That's a good synonym. It was thrown away forever. It was gotten rid of. It was ended. Ended. Ended
Okay,
permanently.
ended.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Abandoned. Abolish. Abandoned. No, not just left. Not if you abandon something, you just leave it. You know, if I abandon my coffee cup in the kitchen, I just leave it there. But if I abolish my coffee cup, I throw it in the garbage. I take the garbage outside into the street, and I throw it into the dumpster. I get rid of it forever. Terminated. That's good. Yeah. Terminator. Yeah, I'm going to start a new movie, Alejandro. Instead of Terminator, I'm going to call it Abolishator. Okay. Anyway, I'll make millions of dollars. Number 7, Cesar, back to you.
Mussolini was deposed in 1943.
I suppose he was. Okay. He was deposed. What does that mean?
Is when a rain finish. Yes, it's when another person or another people try to put down some rain, some I don't know how, some mandatory
All right.
period.
Okay, you got it. A reign is somebody is ruling. So when a ruler is gotten rid of, taken away, his reign, as you say, ends. He is deposed. He is removed from office.
Yeah.
A king can be deposed, an emperor, president, any of those can be deposed. We usually use deposed for an autocratic ruler, somebody who is the supreme ruler. We don't usually use deposed for president, but it can be. Okay, moving on. Johnny, number 8.
Yeah, the Treaty of Versailles was signed in June 1919.
Yeah, okay. This was the treaty that ended World War I. And Johnny, I know this, those darn French and their crazy words. This is
Versailles?
Versailles.
Versailles.
Versailles. Versailles.
Versailles.
Versailles.
So we
all
didn't
of this,
pronounce.
all of this crazy ending here is not even pronounced. It's like Versailles. You don't pronounce the L's, the E, or the S. Those crazy French and their silent letters. I don't know. French people are shy. I don't know. They don't completely pronounce everything. I don't know why they bother, but hey, that's the way it is. Versailles.
Versailles.
Versailles. Second syllable stress. Many words in English come from French words, and they're confusing, especially for you guys, language learners, because most like two-syllable words in English have first syllable stress. Nouns in particular have first syllable stress if they're two syllables. Versailles, many French words opposite. Second syllable stress on nouns in French. Crazy French people. So it's Versailles. Versailles.
Versailles.
Yeah, I like that. You got it. All right. Moving on. Alejandro, back to you. Number 9.
The European Union was first remitted after the collapse of communists.
You know. Yeah, no. They weren't reunited because they were never united in the beginning. So we can't say the EU was reunited because they never were united. So when we see re in front of a word as a prefix, beginning of a word, it means again. Return, remove. Okay, so no, that can't be it. What was the EU? The EU was first.
Okay, the Union was first. Introduced shortly after the Second War?
No.
No?
No, it wasn't.
It's formed over 40 years ago.
That's good. Okay, Alejandro, that's it. But formed. Notice the verb ends with an M. Formed. We can't say formed. Remember what I told you earlier, verbs that end with T or D, that's the only time we add id. Weighted. Murder. No, that's an R. Yeah. Okay, anyway. Formed. Yeah, it was formed. It was first made, constructed. All right. Very good. Max, I'm sorry. I kind of think I gave you a bye there. Max, can you do number 10?
Don't worry. Irish. I'm not sure about
Irish.
Yeah. Immigration to the United States was, I think, caused by potato famine in the 1840.
It sure was.
1840s.
It was 1840s. Yeah, good. Potato famine.
Yeah, what famine? Ah, okay. Potato famine.
Famine is lack of food. Okay, there's famine in Africa, for example. There's many people who have nothing to eat. potato famine would mean that their main crop, the main thing they ate, the staple of their diet. A staple is their main diet. For example, in many Asian countries, the staple of their diet is rice. In many Western companies, the staple is bread. For Irish, their staple or main food was potatoes. They didn't have any. There was some kind of potato disease, and so their main basic food or their staple was gone. So there you go. It was a famine. Okay. Hungry crisis. Well, yeah, hungry crisis. Hunger crisis. Yeah, famine. That's it. Okay, number 11, Vienna.
Okay. The health service in the UK was introduced shortly after the Second War.
Very good. Introduced. Okay, first put forward. Yeah, all right, you got it. All right, introduce. Very good. You got it. Thank you, Vienna. And our last one here. Back to Cesar. Cesar.
Germany was colonized in the 18th century. No.
That's great. By who? By Napoleon. Possibly true.
Yeah, Germany. Yeah, no. Germany. I don't found.
I can't find. Don't say I
can't
don't
find.
Found. I can't find the answer. Okay, that's much better. I'll give you a clue. If you remember, after World War II, Germany was partitioned. Here's another great word, another verb. Germany was partitioned after World War II. It was separated. It was taken apart. When a country is taken apart, it is partitioned. Okay, so Germany after World War II was partitioned, East and West Germany.
Okay. Was reunited after the collapse of communism.
And there you have it. Good job. That's right. So they were united, then they were separated, then they were reunited. Always something happens again. So it can't happen again unless it happens. Reunited. Reunited, and it feels so good. Okay. Guys, thank you very much. I hope you learned some useful vocabulary and expressions to talk about history. I appreciate you guys all coming. I hope I see you again real soon. But my time is up, so bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Bye.